I don't got the words. I don't got the words. I gotta be clear. I gotta be so clear. I cannot stand what the fuck just happened with my team. I'm not biased. I'm objective. I watch a lot of hoop. I need a day. The Chicago Bulls, a bad front office, whatever you want to call it, called up the Golden State Warriors, offered Zach LaVine for a variation of a Wiggins and Chris Paul trade. And the Warriors said no. The Warriors, a team that whiffed out on Paul George, they're going to lose Klay Thompson, officially sold them. And they said no. I just, my head is in a certain point, and I'm about to crash out. I can't, no Klay Thompson, like no CP3, barely any assets to move, and you're still over the cap. It's not like they have all this money. Woo, we can spend. You're still over the cap. And they have the audacity to tell the Chicago Bulls, no. You have the audacity to say, no, we can't do that. We don't want to be in cap hell. They have the potential to have Steph Curry come back to a team that might be worse than it was last year. This is the worst front office management I've seen in quite some time. Their rationale for not trading Chris Paul was to use his salary in the offseason to make some needle mover trade. That didn't happen. And when you have an option to actually do something with it, to get a Zach LaVine that at least fits better, can run the sets that Klay can run, you do nothing. And you keep the players with bad value. You keep them. I just, I'm literally at a loss for words. Like I've never felt this way about a basketball team that I've watched. A lot of people are happy for the dumpster fire that is his front office. My head is just at a completely different place, and I just can't stand it. I don't know what to believe. It's just a lot of fuckery going on with this team. Like I can't. There's literally no point in a lot of these moves. Just a complete waste, a complete salary dump. Like I'm just done. I'm sorry. Like this is a lot to just think of and just like envelop, because it's like the entire time when Jordan Poole gets traded, I am aware that this is a salary dump move, but it's under the pretense that, hey, if they're in cap hell where they're stuck with Jordan Poole and there's no other move that they can make, they'll be in between. So they're trading it now to have some potential cap flexibility and to potentially, use Chris Paul's salary to get you another player to do more things in the future, right? Like all that's there, fine. The season starts, they struggle. At the midway point, Chris Paul, you could have traded him there to get something, but then we said, no, it's fine. Like they didn't do it, but hey, that's a big salary number. Maybe they can use that in the offseason to get someone. Then when the actual opportunity arises and it is available for them to do something with the Chris Paul contract in Paul George, they throw out an offer. But guess what happens? When you wait, when you don't trade the contract on time, when you say, well, wait until the offseason, which is always unpredictable in the NBA. If you're an NBA fan, you understand what NBA off seasons are like. You don't strike on that one. You strike out, right? Like you don't get the move that you wanted to have happen. And in pursuit of that, you left Klay Thompson on the wayside to where now he might take less with another team, because that's how bad relationships are. Because you basically had your phone as a GM on D&D to Klay Thompson because you were pursuing Paul George. So this situation sours out. And then at the very last minute, Chris Paul, a guy that I'm not too fond of. I've been open about that. But Chris Paul literally allowed you to push his shit back 2 times. Twice. You ask him a 3rd time, he says no. Then the Chicago Bulls call you and say, listen, we are willing, and please, like I'm playing the clip later, but the fact that they literally call you and say, we are willing to dump Zach LaVine. We don't want his contract. We're moving in a different direction. We will give you Zach LaVine. We'll take Chris Paul. We'll take Andrew Wiggins, or maybe even one of them based off how Chris Haynes reported it. For you to say no, it invalidates everything. Everything is invalidated when you say no, when you have an opportunity to get something out of a shitty situation. It's not me saying Zach LaVine makes his team a title contender. I'm not saying that. But Zach LaVine objectively makes the roster better, right? Objectively, you don't have to give up as many assets to get a Zach LaVine, and then you move and pivot from there. Zach LaVine has 2 years left on his deal. He can play his value up this year. You can move him later down the line. The fact that that's not happening, yay, they have all this money. Not really, because they're still over the first apron. They're just not under the second apron. Like, I'm at a loss. I can't, or like, I just can't. Look, man, y'all pray for me. It's going to be a long NBA offseason. But the fact that the offseason is opening up with this and this Zach LaVine shit happen, I can't. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Ingram is apparently going to the Kings, so that's not there. I do not know. I genuinely, as someone that watched the NBA, tries to predict things, I do not know where we go from here. I don't. We re-signed Kevin Looney for $8 million. You have GP. This is like 9/11 for Warriors fans. I'm sorry. Like, it's such an awful situation that we're in. So I can't even move my head at the right sync right now. I'm not gonna make this a super long video. We'll come back after the offseason and we'll see what happens with this team. Peace out, y'all. I cannot believe this team.